Hello, Speed Gaming. Welcome to another Super Metroid Map Rando Mentor Tournament match. This is between Potato and iamthecheese234. Potato is being mentored by Chaos. Cheese is being mentored by Nido. This is part of our medium lower bracket and the first game type will be item draft. I'm Fudge Fiddle, and today I'm joined on co-commentary with Kale Mega. How's it going, Kale?
Hey, I'm doing all right. How's it going, everyone? All right, so it should be a very interesting match today. We should be in for a treat.
Yep. The I can't remember who. I'll check here in a second. In terms of the bans and picks, Potato banned High Jump, Cheese banned Varia and picked Space Jump, and Potato picked Charge.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see, place your bets on when you think we'll actually be seeing Varia, the seed.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, one of the things about banning suits is, considering these are medium difficulty settings, suits tend to be earlier acquisitions in seeds as opposed to later.
Definitely.
Starting with Space Jump is pretty convenient. Is it just it's one of your most usable can fly items right off the bat. Can just speed up movement pretty well. So we found Morph Ball already at the top of Big Pink, top item of Big Pink. Both racers getting it pretty much at the same time.
Looks like map is top left of Big Pink, but not accessible until we find some kind of explosive.
Yeah, bombs are power bombs. Unless we find speed, and then we get to see a really sick speed ball.
Maybe.
That probably wouldn't be something you'd be expecting
not.
to see in medium. Yeah. I'd try it, though, at least once.
So Potato goes for a mock ball here in early supers, technically not in medium logic. So whatever they get here is technically out of logic. They do get some explosives, but they're just... I'm trying not to say logic over and over again, but logically they're not supposed to have them yet.
Yeah, I mean, power bombs are very nice to find, especially when it could be all that's between you and the map at the top of Big Pink. So,
yeah, I'm surprised they didn't immediately go back for map.
So this is a amphitheater. That's a very bold choice to go for.
Yeah,
okay,
I believe that was the right door of the elevator. We do have Space Jump, which makes getting through Amphitheater a bit more manageable, but still with just an E-Tank and a reserve, it's a bit tough still.
Yeah, definitely a hard sell. So those missiles are also technically out of logic.
Yep.
They're factually out of logic. If it were in logic to get the power bombs, then that wouldn't really be an issue, but considering that was out of logic. So it looks like we're going for the amphitheater play again. I haven't been seeing, I don't know if there's a specific reason they're going for amphitheater. It doesn't look like I Am the Cheese's map. So...
yeah, I'm trying to think of what we've seen of the map so far, but in terms of what's available, I'm actually thinking Amphitheater is the only thing we can do.
Really?
Because the early supers is not logical to cross without Speed Booster. And the other door is a missile door, unless I'm missing something here.
I wonder if this is for the most part, I guess at this point in the tournament, with the sorts of racers, I wouldn't expect... Okay, yeah, so IamCheese does get the mock ball. I wouldn't expect a mock ball to be outside of the realm of, what the majority of racers are capable of. So we do have see the map on Potato side. So yeah, now they have power bombs, so I wouldn't be surprised to see them go for the map. I guess it begs the question of, what is logical? Because Amphitheater does not... I'm no expert on the logic by any means, Hence why I'm a mentee, not a mentor. But okay, there's a nice Varia suit.
Did you catch what Potato just picked up?
I think that's
Vanilla Charge?
Speed Booster.
Okay.
They didn't do Construction Zone. Oh, is this Construction Zone room here? Okay, so that was bottom left. All right, so there's bombs for Potato.
I see. Okay, so the bombs is what puts everything in logic.
Okay, yep, fair enough. So that means both the racers regarding power bombs should be. Well, no, Potato's back in logic because he has a speed booster.
Mm-hmm.
I am the cheese is not quite there.
Yep.
Looks like it's Varia for Potato, and we'll probably see I am the cheese go for a map here.
And now that we have Varia, Croc may be
putting
logic since we do have charge.
Mother Brain, we love to see Mother Brain in our starting zone. There's Ridley as well, so it'll be interesting. Torian is up to the top right. We have kind of Brinstar out to the left. There's map for I am the cheese. Yeah, we'll double check. We think Potato has speed.
We should probably see in a second here. I think that's probably the next thing Cheese is going to grab. Yes.
Okay, yep, it was Speed Booster, so these racers are fairly even in terms of items. I think it'll just be I'm the cheese grabbing bombs right now. Yep. Gonna get scanned by the Torizo there. Nice. Powerbomb refill. Always good to actually have a refill room, especially when you're in a room like Big Pink early with just the one powerbomb pack. Now they do have bombs, of course, but powerbomb management in the early game can be a very painful thing when you don't have access to bombs or a good refill. So that's a nice convenience there.
Yep. Looks like what's accessible to us right now is Norfair and the major behind Croc. Maybe potentially Brinstar as well.
Torian should be, right? I don't think there's a reason why he doesn't. It's just they have Varia now for Amphitheater.
Right. Looks like that's what Potato's going for.
Yeah, I do wonder if they check Torian before going for Croc.
Oh, they lost the space jump. That's a reset.
Yeah, space jump. It could be a very finicky item when you don't have high jump.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Not very easy. Another amphitheater attempt for Potato, or is this first time for Potato?
I think this is their second time.
Taking it from the pirate, but hope is not lost yet.
Does not want to take a hit there. All right.
Nice, making it through. If it were me, I might be inclined to like just peek Torian and see maybe there's like a save nearby or something, but looks like they're going for Croc, which, you know, it's early game. Pretty much any major item is going to provide some use, so it's a perfectly fine play.
Yep, Cheese is going to peek Torian. Looks like we find Business Center.
Yeah, and I guess that's what starting with Charge Beam will do to you, right? Makes you see Croc and you go, it's Croc time.
Yeah, I'm not sure what I would do in this situation. Having charge definitely orients you towards wanting to fight Croc, especially with a major sitting behind him. So I
Yeah.
feel like I would probably be inclined to just do it. You no matter what, you're gonna do it, so might as well get it over with.
Yeah, the like complicating factor here in my mind is just the fact that the loop is a little bit unfortunate with having to go through amphitheater. Did I'm the Cheese check Torian? Did we miss that?
They did. They peeked into it. It was business center, and map was pretty far to the left.
Okay, and I'm assuming there's no real save.
I don't think there was. I might be misremembering.
Regardless, they at least have some information. It's not like it costs them any real amount of time. So
okay, I guess there was a save, and they did save Torian.
Oh,
so we might be seeing a reset even
More than
because
merrier.
I don't think they're going to be excited about X-Ray.
Okay, so I guess my thought was pretty good. It would have panned out, but that's not to say it always will. These are randomizers after all.
No, I actually think that is the smart call, to check Torian at least for a save, because if the major, as we see now, is not the greatest item, you can just immediately revert and not much time is lost.
Yeah, I wonder if they're having a conversation about whether to revert right now.
Yeah,
or if Cheese is just confused.
I wasn't sure why they didn't scroll to the left.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where if you're being maybe if you're playing very aggressively, you just would revert X-ray. But starting with charge, a line of thinking is like, great, you start with charge, you're probably going to play for majors to get beams, and if you get plasma anytime soon, then it can make it makes Fantoon, it makes Botsoon, it makes Spore Spawn, it makes Dragon like very easy. So
we got 3, potentially 4, 5, 6, 7 majors here in Torian.
Oh, impressive.
Yeah, quite a lot going on here. I think I'd probably grab these ones up here at the near business center, since they're pretty close together, and then you can work your way to the left side there, grab those, and might be equipped to face off with Dragon up there.
Yeah, it looks like they will have to fight Spore Spawn. What is that? East Ocean, or is that Coliseum? If it's Coliseum with Space Jump, they should be able to get through there, but or no, they could fight Spore Spawn to get out instead of doing Coliseum.
Cheese is gonna just blind into Green Pirate Shaft here, assuming that there's some kind of accessible loop. They do have all the ammo types as well as speed and a can fly, so it should be pretty safe unless they were to run into like water.
Yeah, I think if they went to the bottom left, there's a major, as we saw. Yeah, they're gonna find Spazer. It doesn't look like they're since they don't have the map information. They won't get all the majors, so that might be an unfortunate kind of revelation once they do get the map.
Yep, there's a third down there behind Shack Tool. And thankfully, it's right to left, so won't take as long to grab. Oh, that's unfortunate. Potato accidentally falls down the right side, and
we're missing high
jump.
Okay, well, handy dandy save mitigates this most of the time lost there, but yeah, technically high jump is not really required for too much when you have space jump. Gravity would be like the other thing you want to make sure like you don't need high jump for anything, but it's a very nice item to have. Probably like one of the best quality of life majors.
Yeah, it could definitely come into play if we find Spring Ball. And even just some water rooms, high jump only can make a difference in what you can do logically.
Yeah, for sure. All right, so we're gonna get to see what that major is at the lower left. We've already seen, so we've seen X-ray, we've seen Spazer. Spring Ball is probably the next, as far as like what I would consider filler majors, you know, quote unquote. Spring Ball would be the kind of next on the list.
Grapple, I would say.
Yeah, having space jump renders grapple fairly redundant. Well, however, spring and high jump can be the harbingers of, smoothest water movement. Oh, there's a gravity and a missile. Okay, no 2-for-1 special there. So we've got both suits 15 minutes in on Potato side. So yeah, speed booster, high jump. So basically all the movement items have been acquired.
Yep, at this point, pretty much nothing can really stop Potato from progressing.
All right, and I Am the Cheese is working on their way on some of these majors we saw on the left side of Torian.
Yep.
So
here.
I guess we'll see next time somebody opens the map. We'll try to see if there's another zone connecting above Torian. Because it may not be the worst if they are going back into like Meridia to just grab gravity on the way back.
Mm-hmm.
And there's plasma, so that's a good reason to, it kind of justifies the keeping of the X-ray to an extent.
And I think there was one more major on this side of the map that we haven't seen yet, if I'm not mistaken.
Might have been. Okay, so we're looking through the map. I think they're trying to decide. Look, so we saw a wreck ship. There's Criteria.
There's Criteria, there's a wreck ship, and there's a Brinstar connector, all here in Torian. Yes, there's a major behind. Is that Dragon or is that Kraid?
I think it was Kraid. Not 100% sure, though. All right, there's Screw Attack for both racers.
Screw Attack does put these Metroid rooms in logic. Now, these Avir rooms, I still don't know confidently. There's a 4-tile one and a 3-tile one, and there's different rules based on like if you have high jump of whether or not you can go left to right or right to left or both. But I'm assuming it's doable with just high jump, considering
this room is doable with just high jump. The other one, I think you need gravity, unless you are doing something very strange. Because the other one on the left side of the room, it has a sand waterfall that's like 8 tiles wide, and I don't think you can get through there even with high jump spring ball without gravity.
Well, I think you need like a running.
If you're going left to right, that is.
I think you need a running jump to cross that, and then you might need ice at the end of it to freeze one of the Avirs to then cross the final half of it. I don't remember if that's the 3-tile or the 4-tile one, though. But I know one of them requires that without gravity.
Yeah, I don't know. I usually see a sand hall and I go, ew, and then I turn around. That's usually how I approach this.
So Cheese enters Criteria and gets the map. Potato is in Bryn, finds the maps in West Ocean, probably a Fantoon situation. Looks like I saw one major on Cheese's side.
Yeah, it looks like it's towards the lower right.
Oh no, this can't be Fantoon on Potatoes because it's a right-facing map. So, and a whole lot of nothing. But not much time lost at all there, since map was very close to the entrance.
It's interesting how both racers are essentially in go mode. Yeah, actually, Potato is like fully in go mode, charge plasma. We're looking for ice. Unless Mother Brain has a runway for his speed zeb skip. Ooh, I missed the major on the right side there.
It was a grapple beam.
Grapple, okay. So, Pants Room can no longer stop I Am the Cheese, assuming they have gravity. Where they find it.
I'm sure they'll grab it on the way back at some point.
Okay, are there any other zone connections in Criteria? It didn't seem like it. Weren't either bosses or majors.
It looks like you actually have to go into Criteria to find the other entrance to go back into Torian.
Torian?
Yeah, I think to then reach Kraid.
Okay, Criteria demands some attention then.
Is this because, it's because of the Ivir room, because this is a Yoink room. And gravity in this situation would certainly help them out a lot.
I didn't know those yapping moths could pull you all the way back to save, but you learn something every day. So yeah, this seed does have pretty lightning fast potential, depending on, it's just kind of a matter of finding the bosses.
Yep. Looks like Cheese is going back for grapple. I guess
probably because they don't have gravity.
Yeah. I'm not sure what happened on the Potato side. I saw they reverted at the Ivir room. It looked like it was an ammo door, and I'm assuming they just didn't have...
Maybe they ran out of supers.
The ammo for it. Yeah,
maybe it was a super door, and like maybe that's why they chose to use missiles on that door just now.
That's probably what it was.
Yeah. So we're both in parlor. Potato's probably looking to get the map here. Oh no, not again. I always like to I don't know. Whenever I see a caution tape door, I usually will spin jump through it. And these racers have both have space jump, so with a bit of fancy maneuvering, you can usually like open the door and hop out, but it is not easy by any means. The right side of the room being an ammo door does complicate it too.
Yep. A bit of an unfortunate situation for Potato is that they did not have a super entering the room.
Neither racer had supers, seemed like. Although grapple makes their farming a little less perilous, considering they don't have gravity.
Surprised Potato didn't farm the Zebos right there for maybe some more supers before progressing to the right.
Yeah, who knows? They're just going, man. Who needs them? Definitely not me a second ago, you know.
They might get bailed out if this X here in Moat is a super, and it is.
Indeed. Alright, so yeah, both racers kind of on the same path here. Heading to Kraid. We'll see if we get quick kills out of them. I've been doing not so hot on my Kraid quick kills lately.
I feel like I get them maybe 9 out of 10 times. I'm fairly consistent lately.
We'll get some DLC on the left side. Will we get a double DLC?
Ooh, nope. The 4 super quick kill on Jesus side.
I Am the Cheese tells Kraid, don't even bother getting up. We're through here. And there's Kraid down. So I Am the Cheese has taken a 1-room lead.
Yep, just ever
It's
so
like something
slightly.
better.
However, Potato does have the gravity suit over Cheese, so that could hinder Cheese at some point.
Okay,
And Spring
there's
Ball.
Spring Ball, which for Potato is a true filler major. For I Am the Cheese, though, it's kind of a lifeline. In case we run into a room like Everest or Main Street, Fish Tank could
Yep.
still be quite a problematic, even with high jump Spring Ball. But yeah,
Yes, depending on which doors you're going from, Fish Tank would not be in logic without gravity, just because crossroom jumps are never in logic in medium, and in terms of like entering from the left door, that would require a either crossroom jump or a double spring ball jump, which is also not in medium logic.
yeah, super not in medium. I think crossroom jumps are in hard, but double Spring Ball is like way past hard, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's either very hard or expert.
So if I'm the cheese, I'm probably thinking of like checking wreck ship next and grabbing that major that we left behind, which we know here to be gravity.
Yep.
All right, so we're saving on the potato side, and I wonder if we're going to see both racers go and check wreck ship. It's one of those things where sure you could skip it, but it's it's just kind of how much risk do you want to take or how aggressive do you want to play.
I think Potato is going to head for Criteria Map, which isn't far. I believe it is just top right here of Climb. That is something that Cheese did already get.
Okay.
So that puts them a little bit ahead in terms of knowledge.
Gonna have to do half a climb the old-fashioned way because we ran out of health on the Shine Spark, but
I'm not sure what happened there. Why we
maybe there was a
windfall?
disagreement, or they were talking. Maybe Potato and Chaos were talking. Sometimes when I'm like thinking or having a chat with a mentor, I'll just kind of be on autopilot temporarily.
And we find out, as we already know, there's only one major here in Criteria, which is Grapple. And there's not much else other than some ammo and E-tanks.
There's a reset from I Am the Cheese. Did they find West Ocean and decide to reset?
Yes, I think they took the top door, which leads to the middle of West Ocean. And map ends up being underneath you, so they realized they needed to take the down door.
Okay. Fair enough. Yeah, if I'm Potato, I am in a very interesting situation because if I'm Potato, I'm in go mode right now, and I can probably start skipping majors, except for Ice Beam. Ice Beam is the one thing, it guarantees a Zeb skip on Mother Brain. And there is no runway for a speed skip into Mother Brain, so because it's at the bottom, the like bottom left of Greenburn Shaft.
Oh, okay.
So you'd have to collect all your ammo. Now that said, you only have to have ammo for the Zebs in the tank, because we have plasma charge, so you can do the fight as a beam fight, but still.
Yep. Potato did keep Grapple, I guess just for security in case we do run into a pants room situation. They should, I was going to say they should probably manually trigger those reserves, but turns out fine.
Yeah, we have both suits, so it will take a while for, even if all three of them latch onto a Drain Samus dry there. And while we're at it, I just want to give a quick reminder, a shout out to the runners here. We have the message here from the SpeedGaming bot. Okay, it's a few messages ago, but if you like what you're seeing and want to support the runners, go ahead and give them a follow. sure they'd appreciate it. All right, and there is gravity for I Am the Cheese. I think they got it like 15 minutes after. But interestingly,
I
these
think
races
so.
are still in a very similar position. I wouldn't
Yeah,
say
due
there's a
to
huge
the
lead one side or the other.
yeah, definitely due to the information disparity between the two. Basically, while Cheese was on their way to gravity, Potato was gathering the information Cheese already had, and now we're pretty much it's completely evened out.
Yeah, so there's still a lot of race in this year race.
If anything, Potato's just a few rooms ahead of Cheese, but we might even just see some divergence. Cheese may actually check wreck ship, whereas Potato appears to be heading into Meridia. I don't know if we did get Meridia map, but I don't remember what connectors there were.
My guess is there's a Bryn and there's maybe a Norfair. I don't think we've seen Norfair from either runner yet. Yeah,
Yep.
there's Norfair below Mother Brain. And there's a Bryn. I think both racers have been in Bryn Star already.
I think that's
I'm not too sure.
where West Ocean was.
So I Am the Cheese
Which
definitely
didn't have
checked
anything.
Bryn. So here we are in Wreck Ship. Map's pretty close, so as long as it's not a troll map that requires a 6-minute loop to get to. They'll get their information here pretty quick. And, you know, it's a nice and simple map.
Right here in Main Street, we got a major in Plasma Pirates and another major after Leodox.
Doesn't look like there's any objectives, though. So this is kind of a tough situation where, like, it looks like they're going to go to Mama Turtle and look for Ice Beam. But Potato skipping Wreck Ship. Okay, this is Plasma Pirate. Skipping Wreck Ship is technically fine, but like if this is Ice Beam, Wave is nice, but doesn't look. Actually, I can't tell if they're gonna pick it up or not. Nope.
No, I guess they decided not.
Yeah,
There was
Wave
a
is
second
definitely not
major,
required.
but
Yeah.
it was a bit out of the way through Leodox, which I know can be a pretty annoying room.
Well, if I'm the Cheese, I know that major is Ice Beam. They have information on every other major.
That is true, actually. Yeah, I didn't think about that.
So, but looks like they're gonna just leave it behind and commit to getting enough ammo for Mother Brain tank. Going down Key Hunter shaft. Wonder how close we are to the map on Potato side.
Yeah, I think.
Oh, it's right there. It's Fantoon.
Oh, yep, it is.
Okay, so at this point, Potato does have an advantage, given that Wreck Ship did not really have much. It had Ice Beam, but we didn't commit to getting Ice Beam on I Am the Cheese's side, so. It's a nice microwave session. Easy minute Fantoon. No hassle prep. And we're dropping down into Norfair, so yeah, it does really look like Potato has a definitive lead here.
And I believe we've already seen Dragon actually in Meridia.
Have we? I know we saw Ridley in Meridia.
Yeah, I believe Dragon was actually in the bottom left corner of Meridia.
Okay, yeah. was about to say that's kind of the last piece of information we need here. But technical difficulties there, maybe, on Potato's side.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah, at this point, I'm thinking that Ice Beam was potentially worth committing for on I Am the Cheese's side as a way to mitigate, like, right, the ammo situation, or the Zeb skip specifically, that situation. Of course, you know, in that position, how you can't really know that. But, yeah. You don't know if your opponent is committed to checked wrecked ship or has taken a similar route to you. Microwave? Yeah. More Minute Rice style Fantoon. Easy, no hassle prep. Get them out of there.
Interesting. At this moment, both of our racers actually have the exact same loadout, aside from Potato just now getting an additional super pack over Cheese. But yeah, you could pretty much say that Potato is objectively in the lead at this point. There's zero difference between their loadouts, just their position at this point.
Yeah, for 100% I agree. It is looking like it's, you know, it's always, you know, hard to say, or maybe you don't want to call races early, but it does kind of seem like Potato's a clear advantage here. Kind of their race to lose at this point.
Yep.
Oh yeah, Dragon is there, so yikes. That's unfortunate. I think that's just kind of how it goes. This seed, like I mentioned earlier, it is just like a lightning fast seed. Both racers were in go mode pretty much at 15 minutes. The only thing they were kind of missing was a Zeb skip, but yeah, you don't need a Zeb skip if you collect enough ammo. So I guess starting with charge, I think, is a big factor in that.
Absolutely. And I think maybe Cheese getting Grav a little bit later than Potato, it did even out at one point, so you could almost say that there was no difference. But I don't know, I feel like it slowed Cheese down to where if they had gotten Grav at the same time as Potato, Cheese might have been a little ahead by that point. But then Cheese deciding to check wrecked ship, whereas Potato went to Norfair, that is really the major factor, I think, that separated their positions.
Yeah, I'm more inclined to think that it's specifically the wreck ship play, because while it's true that I Am the Cheese didn't get gravity, they got it 12 minutes after Potato. We didn't really come across any water room at that time because, you know, they were in Torian, in Criteria. There was no Everest, Fish Tank, Main Street.
Well, there was the Uvier room and Yoink room, which did give Cheese a little bit of trouble to get through. And I think not having gravity definitely assisted in that.
Yeah, so that's fair. I do think the wreck ship plays the difference here, though, because they did end up sinking back up.
Mm-hmm.
And it may have actually been the fact that Cheese didn't have gravity, that they went to check the major kind of at the bottom
Mm-hmm.
green pirate shaft, which is like, oh, well, I'm going to check wreck ship. Now, to be fair, I don't think that's a misplay or an error in judgment or anything of that sort. I would say it's Potato taking the risk not checking wreck ship, because it's a gamble on finding Fantoon, right? Since I think if we did already know that Dragon was in Meridia and Ridley's in Meridia, that Yeah, it was just kind of a gamble. Do we skip Wreck Ship and go straight to Norfair? And it seems like it paid off for Potato.
We will see if potentially Ridley could make a difference here, depending on how comfortable each runner is in the Ridley fight. I know with only 3 E-tanks, we do have 2 reserves as well, which certainly helps, but not every runner might be comfortable fighting Ridley, especially beam only. We do have some supers to help, but yeah, I don't know. There could be a difference. I'm not sure on each of these runners' confidence when it comes to the Ridley fight. It's just that can definitely at times be a pretty big differentiating factor.
For sure. It does look like there is a circle right next to Ridley. It's like jail is the lower right of Everest, which leads into Ridley. So that's probably what we'll see. The safety tank. Hopefully it's a tank and not a reserve, but when you least want them, reserves tend to appear. And it is an E-tank. So it looks like I Am the Cheese is also heading directly to Ridley. So these Ridley and Mother Brain fights are probably going to be the deciding factor. Cheese kind of has a hope of pulling out a win here. Ridley fight is going decently well.
Yep, I think we're about 9, 8, 7 shots away. No.
Interesting time to check the map.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I would probably think about my routing after Ridley's dead.
Potato said this is a done deal. Ridley's already past tense in my calculations.
Should be dead by this point.
Still got some life in him. He's pogoing. I don't think Ridley can be dead while pogoing. He just keeps going, so maybe he's not dead.
It's a bit strange that he keeps going into the pogo, but I mean, I've definitely seen where runners will jump into his claws as he's pogoing and trigger the death animation.
I believe that only works. It's like the pogo is finished and Ridley is like ascending away, and that's when you can do it. Otherwise, if you try jump into his claw during the pogo, then it's still treated as a normal grab.
I see. Cheese makes a play for an X near Ridley here. Unfortunately, turns out to be PBs.
Maybe looking for just a bit more ammo for... I'm not very familiar with the ammo numbers for it's like 16 and 10 or something like... If you have to kill all the Zebs and Mother Brain, I think 16 and 6 is for just the tank, maybe?
It depends on how you ratio your missiles to super missiles for the Zebs. So you can do 2 plus 3, 2 missiles and 3 supers, or you can do 5 missiles and 2 supers. Each one comes out to either 8 missiles, 12 supers, or 20 missiles and 8 supers for taking out the Zebs. Just depends on if you want to conserve more of your supers versus missiles.
Okay. A lot of info, but it's all good to know. Okay, we are still just looking for a little bit of extra ammo, so if it's 16 and 6 just for the tank and like 20 and what did you say, 20 and 8, 20 and 5 for the Zebs?
20 and 8, yes. Or 8 and 12.
Okay, so looks like a little bit more ammo was probably desired here. Unless you want to break the first few Zebs and go refill somewhere. So I think there's an ammo refill at the top of Big Pink. I don't know exactly where Big Pink is in relation to Metabrain, but
if they do 8 and 12, they have enough ammo, I think, to clear all the Zebs and trigger Motherbrain 2. Because that leaves them with 3 supers and 22 missiles, which is more than enough to break the glass open. And then from that point, when you're actually shooting the brain, Motherbrain takes 15 missiles and 3 supers. That's like the minimum amount to trigger Motherbrain 2.
All right, yeah, so Cheese is hot on Potato's heels, but it might not be enough, considering we're already on tank.
Yeah, Potato does need to be a little bit careful. We do have those 2 reserves as pretty much our insurance. I think they cannot miss a shot or get scammed here. Yep.
Yeah, I was about to say they're being very careful to not get sniped by a turret shot.
I believe it is 40 shots now. Earlier I thought it was 30 with this beam combo, but that's if you have ice as well. But without ice, it's 40.
All right, so now it's time. Go chat. It's time to guess for our escape timer. I don't remember where the ship was. We saw the ship.
We did. Where was it?
I think it's in Meridia or Bryn. 6:45. Yo. We're gonna be here for a while now. Yeah, actually, I don't remember where the ship is at all. So,
yeah, I cannot.
Your guess is as good as mine.
Was it in Norfair? Actually, before.
It might have been in Norfair. Actually, we think. Yeah, it is in Norfair. We saw Cheese save there before getting fighting Pantoon. So my guess is something like minute 50, maybe. That might be a bit aggressive.
That might be close.
Actually. It's probably like a minute 15. Okay, that's my new guess. I'm locking it in, minute 15.
Oh, I don't think Cheese has enough to activate Motherbrain 2, unfortunately. Yeah, they have to go refill. They didn't quite
50 seconds. Okay.
Ration out their ammo correctly.
Yeah, so 50-second escape. Yeah, because the Norfair entrance is pretty close.
Right.
And Norfair is a small zone. So yeah, in this case, I don't know if Ice Beam would have made the difference. I think it was just kind of the only hope for Cheese here.
Yeah, looking back, I don't think it would have, because at best it would have just saved them from having to farm here. You know, they would have gotten Zeb skip, but I think they still would have been behind just due to them going straight to Norfair.
And that's GG's for Potatoes taking game 1 of this lower bracket match set with the race time of 48 minutes and 23 seconds.
Welcome back, SpeedGaming. We are about to start our second match between Potato and I Am the Cheese. The next objective here will be Chozo's, which I need to update on the screen here.
We're so back, ladies, gentlemen, and everyone watching. Very close first race here, this set, so we'll see if we can, if the turntables at all in a second. Let's hope for that. If only so we get some more SM map Rando races to watch, huh? Very similar sprites. These are both Metroid Dread sprites, right? Each racer's
I think cheese has dread, and it looks like potato has fusion.
fusion. Okay. All right, so plasma pirates to the right. Not really what we want to see, but use them as a springboard to get up on this invisible ledge here.
And this is one of the few, or maybe only, crossroom jumps in medium logic, and that's only because it's between dry rooms. Map is immediately accessible.
Door frame transition. Is this a crossroom jump technically?
I think so, because you can't jump after the transition. You have to jump before.
That's fair. All right, so it looks like Potato Chaos might be kind of talking Potato through it. They're not quite getting the jump. It's like a very late, like a last few frame door transition jump. But okay, in Bryn Reserve Room, we saw... so it was Morph Bombs, Power Bombs.
Yep.
Nice combo there.
What makes this crossroom jump a little bit more stressful is the fact that we have Plasma Pirates on the other side and no Morph. So you can't really dodge those French fries very easily. You have to just set up and immediately do that crossroom jump.
Yeah, so there we see Potato getting out of there finally. I missed the major that was in Green Bryn Shaft here.
I did as well. I was too busy yapping. We'll probably see very soon here once...
oh, Space Jump. It must be Space Jump.
Okay.
Crinkle cut fries aren't French fries. They're just potatoes that have been misled. Seems like a very strong take there. Steak fries are fries. Why can't crinkle cut fries be fries? We're about to disqualify various fry types. Where I think this is headed. All right, so we have found Green Bryn Reserve on Potato side. They're still fries. They're just inferior. You know, well, we're a little bit more accepting of an argument, I guess, huh? Uh-oh, we've been derailed. Oh, no. No, it's perfect. Define going, huh? Okay, so we're heading down Green Bryn Shaft here on the cheese side. That Plasma Pirates tank will probably stay not acquired until something like Screw Attack. Ooh, fortunate death there.
Oh, that does set us back.
Yep, and there was no real save in sight, so seems like they won't struggle to get this this door frame jump.
They did head after getting the first few set of majors up the through that left door in the up the elevator, and that led to Lower Norfair Fire Flea Room, which beyond that on the lower left door was appears to be two majors. I think it was Alpha PB's room, and but unfortunately it's blocked by a missile door, and we do not have any kind of missile yet.
Meridius Swiss Cheese Room, that's a room I really don't like early game. It's just, as we kind of saw, it's a very easy room to just take an unfortunate death in.
Yeah, those flies do a lot of damage, and the ouches do a lot of damage, and there's water, and it's not quite easy platforming. Oops.
Okay, well, there is at least a save on potatoes that potatoes found, so I am the cheese after taking the death. I'm going to be like, man, I need to find a save.
No, they're just going for it.
Yeah, I'm not the best with the map reading and whatnot, but I do wonder what the logic is. So another power bomb, once you kind of get past this little hallway in this was cheese room, that should deal with those little fly buggers, make it a lot safer. Or, some space jump assisted gameplay. So are they hoping for supers here, probably? Yeah, they're hoping for supers.
Yep.
Okay, Potato made it past the first part of the gauntlet. Those like turtle guys, those are ouches, right?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, and then we see on Cheese's side, kind of showing that a power bomb can drastically reduce the number of bombs you have in this room. I'll use. Yeah, the ketchup that Mother Brain hands out at the drive-thru, it's definitely, tons of high fructose corn syrup. Samus's blood sugar really, really just can't take it. Hurts a lot. We're contemplating using the second power bomb. Oh, Ron! You got this. You got this. There we go.
Make it out alive. Now for our second gauntlet, because I don't believe there's any E-tanks accessible to us yet. But we do need to get down to the bottom of Lower Norfair Firefly Room, which can also be a bit treacherous.
Yeah, with Morph Ball, as long as Morph Ball and Supers do potentially mitigate a lot of the danger here. Because with well-timed Morph, you can kind of dodge the first, the projectile shot by the first, I don't know what they're called, the weird...
Namahaze.
Namahaze, the weird green guys in the walls. The wall worms. So Space Jump should... I don't know, they're weird green worm guys, but Space Jump does make this bottom part of it
definitely
much less risky. So spikes with no suits are very ouch, as I am the cheese, so graciously just demonstrated. Unes. So yeah, weird green worm wall guys. Here's alpha power bombs. See what spoils it has for our runners. Ice beam and gravity. Okay, so for Chozo's being our objective here, Go mode does look a little bit different than we would expect for like a normal boss's seed. GT is kind of the end game, the hardest boss you need to prepare for. So for GT, you're going to want Varia and either Charge Plasma or something like, 20 supers? 20 supers?
I don't know the exact count. I know generally you want 30 to be able to finish him in one round, but not all of those supers hit. So I don't know the exact count of supers it requires, technically speaking.
Yeah, so I guess maybe those are kind of me personally metrics, but yeah, something like 15 to 20 supers with the more the merrier here. And Varia, if you don't have Varia, you're probably going to want to lean towards the 20, 25. But I wouldn't expect medium logic to be having you go for what's he doing? Does he want a power bomb farm maybe? Yeah, it looks like they're just going for a power bomb. Those Fireflies. Yeah, without Varia, you're probably going to want something like 5 or more, 5, 6 tanks, and like 20, 25 supers. And a save nearby, preferably. Yeah, so outside of Varia, then Mother Brain is really the objective you need to be kind of itemizing for. For Acid, Chozo, Varia is going to be that's going to be the other Chozo you're going to want Varia for, especially. They already have Space Jump. Yeah, that's true. So they have space jump, so getting to the acid chozo shouldn't be a problem.
Mhm.
So like with a power bomb and space jump, even without Varia, you probably like 3 tanks, maybe something like that. If you have a reserve less, or maybe that's 3 with a reserve. I don't know.
I think you only need
Or speed
maybe one
booster for
tank?
cheese.
Because the reserve doesn't trigger until the acid animation finishes, similar to like Ridley, when you're grabbed.
Sure.
The reserve doesn't trigger until he's completely dead.
Okay, then yeah, it's good to know you have more margin, I suppose, if you do have reserve. But yeah, bosses are the main objective I play. So as knowledgeable on Chozos or Metroids or anything like.
Looks like we're starting to see our first new zone, which is Brinstar on Cheese's side.
Link room. Not today. This time. Okay, so at this point, it does look like I Am the Cheese has somewhat of a lead. Nothing too crazy, but it is notable. They do have speed booster. Now, granted, speed, it's more movement item. We don't know if it's going to be required, so we'll just kind of need to keep an eye out for speed locks. And Cheese is turned around by a super door, and the magazine ran dry. We hoping to get one pretty quickly. All right, and there's speed for Potato. So back to even loadouts. One thing for Chozos as well is gotta make sure you're paying close attention whenever you're looking at maps. Even revealed maps where you have gotten the map station, since like Acid Chozo only. So normally objectives are denoted by kind of the white blocky like X's covering each tile of the room. So like a Ridley or a Crate or Mother Brain. Hopefully you guys know what I'm talking about. But for a room like Acid Chozo or Bowling, that objective X marker only shows up on the one tile in the room. So like in Bowling, it's just the one tile kind of in the middle of it. Middle right.
Where the Chozo is standing.
Yeah. Same for Acid Chozo. It's only in the very top left corner. So it can be overlooked if you're not paying attention. Easy to miss. Maybe that's a better way to
Especially
put it.
Bomb Torizo being a one tile room. I've definitely overlooked that many times.
Oh yeah, definitely. If BT is holding a major too, it makes it even a little harder to discern.
That's another thing. Yeah, is it doesn't the objective X marker covers up any kind of item, so it's completely. There's no way to tell what type of item BT could be holding.
Yeah, so all that to say is racers and mentors really got to have their eyes peeled, especially whenever playing Chozo objective.
Looks like Cheese is heading towards the map here in Brinstar. I think it's between here, Red Tower, and Double Chamber, which is heat. So space jump definitely will make getting across this room much easier. It looks like they're turning off speed because that does hinder jump height a bit. And looks like the middle item here is a E-Tank, so that will kind of help make getting through this room a bit easier.
For sure, yeah. Turning off speed is one of those painful things that is nonetheless like good to do. Eating your vegetables, getting your annual vaccines. Not the most fun, but if you are accustomed to holding run while you're moving or out, as in this game, as many of us are, You'll find your jump height is reduced on any of those jumps where you don't have like a longer runway.
Yeah, so I believe I saw about 4 majors here in Brinstar. There is potentially more. Unfortunately, Cheese didn't scroll them out completely to the left, so didn't quite get to see all the map just yet.
Yeah, and again, majors are kind of there's a weird, I want to say dichotomy. I don't know if that's the best way to use the term, but there's a weird kind of like a way to think about or approach something like a Chozo objective. Just because it changes how you define Go mode potentially. Like, funny enough, Varia is probably less important than it is for a boss objective, because like this is subjective, of course, but it's like, what do you think is doing like a suitless Ridley versus a suitless GT? I think a suitless GT is much more doable than a suitless Ridley, especially if you know the strat. There's a specific area you can stand to where GT doesn't like jump around the room, stays in place and won't be able to hit you. So if you know strats like that, then a suitless GT is a much more palatable, right?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it all depends on your loadout. Like if you have plasma charge, then GT is free. But if you're having to farm supers while fighting GT, that can kind of throw a wrench in things where you probably want Varia.
Yeah, or a lot of supers, in which case it's like,
or that, yeah.
Then it's like the ammo versus the beams for Mother Brain. It can kind of influence decisions like that. But it looks like we have charge on iamthecheese234's side, so that's kind of one piece to the GT solution, and the Mother Brain as well. Right now, their beam isn't very impressive, but when you find charge, it's like, okay, you might. There's the decision you got to make of whether or not you're going to play more for beams or more for objectives or for ammo. Kind of at this point in the race, the racers each only have one single pickup of each ammo type, so some ammo is going to be necessary for each of them at a minimum. Yeah, but what if you could only go into each fight with 2 suits and microwave? What if there's a $50 entrance fee? Would you still want to do it? What if that was just the cost of Varia? $50 Varia DLC. All right, don't give anyone any ideas. Anyways.
Yeah, interestingly, Potato actually grabbed only Screw Attack and is abandoning apparently the rest of the majors for now and headed down to Meridia. I guess they're more on the lookout maybe for objectives at this point.
Messenger Death, you gotta hit us with the reality argument. All right. So we know Messenger Death would prefer the double suits over the suitless GT, but one of the neat things about Map Rando is it provides that kind of decision space for you to, make those decisions and take risks based on, what you have, what you might have and are capable of, right? It's neat. The big reasons why I think a lot of us like Map Rando. Yeah, so I wonder if was that Cheese who you said decided to leave some majors behind?
It was Potato. They only grabbed Screw Attack and then went down Red Key Hunter Shaft into Meridia.
Okay, so I wonder if they are maybe a little bit more confident with the idea of fighting GT suitless and willing to risk needing to go ammo.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure what the game plan is. But definitely some divergence now because Cheese has stumbled upon Torian.
Oh, there's Big Pink, so maybe salvation lies in Big Pink. Lots of doors certainly lie in Big Pink. Our second missile pack for Potato, and looks like Cheese found another super pack somewhere. All right, so it looks like trying to get to the map, and map might in this case be like top of Meridia, far left. That's kind of the way. Or something like Indiana Jones. I guess we'll find out. You never know. Maps are rarely as straightforward as they appear. What it says in side mirrors of your car, right? Mickey Mouse missile, unfortunate. Probably weren't hoping for that. And it kicks them out of Torian. So actually, that Torian looks like you might need to find another entrance to get any. Because it was Mickey Mouse and the top of Ice Escape kind of converging in the same room. So
I think they didn't check the left door of Ice Gates. They went to the right side first, and that led to that big loop that eventually led to Mickey Mouse.
Okay.
I might be mistaken, but I think there was one door left that they hadn't checked.
Okay, because then it'll... well, if they can survive Mickey Mouse, maybe that's kind of the path to getting the map is once they're able to survive getting through it. Which 3 tanks, screw attack, it's risky. It's for sure risky. I don't know if it's something I would... if you skip the item, you can kind of get to the bottom of it the room fast. It's possible. It's
certainly
possible.
Be a bit tight.
But it's not easy by any.
Potato did blind into GT a little bit ago here in Meridia, but it looks like they're still they blinded into it on their way to find the map, which I believe they're on their way towards now.
Okay, so
could be a Fantoon map actually.
Bottom West Ocean. Yeah. So GT is, I mean, it's information. Considering GT is like the Ridley equivalent, you're probably a little less. Okay, Fantoon is in Meridia, it looks like.
Yep.
But yeah, being the Ridley equivalent, maybe you're not so happy to find GT right now. You don't have the resources to fight GT, you know, but it is how it is. Do be how it do be sometimes. It's a nice consolation prize, I think, there.
He's heading up to wreck ship. I think we might have caught a glimpse at bowling right there on our way through the toilet, actually.
Okay, yeah, and bowling is the secret 5th objective of both Pirates and Metroid, or Chozo seats. Okay, there's Varia.
That's pretty big.
Probably very happy to find.
Yes, that is bowling that they pass through. So we know bowling is in wrecked ship. However, we know on Potato side now that Meridia is where Fantoon is, and you have to kill Fantoon before you can do the bowling objective.
Yeah, so that's definitely a bit of nuance that is not present in normal boss objective. There's no boss that you need Fantoon to unlock, besides just kill Fantoon and you can kind of go on about your day.
The only situation where like that I think is similar to that is there's one item room. It's a wrecked ship item room that is not accessible. The item is not accessible unless Fantoon is dead, or
Sleepy robot, right?
Yes,
That's what people call it.
Yeah, there is a method of getting the item in which you can go through the robot and get into the morph hole, but the only way back is through doing a crystal flash to clip out of the hole where the robot is blocking. So it's not even in hard logic to ever do that, I don't believe.
Yeah, I think there was a race where I did go in just to check. There's a major there just to check it. But yeah, Sleepy Robot is one of those rooms where it'll get you if you're not like paying very close attention to like the room specific shape and the fact, its size and the fact that it's got the separator section in there. Because you'll go, I'm gonna go get this major, yeah, and then Sleepy Robot, and it's like, oh,
yeah, it's definitely one that's caught me off guard enough times to where I am pretty good about picking it out now, just because it's trolled me too many times.
Yeah, for sure. I'm not sure I've learned my lesson yet, but there's still time. All right, we're in criteria on I Am the Cheese's side. So, kind of continue to go up in the grander map layout.
Yep. So yeah, we're at the top of the world essentially. Do run into ship. Fortunately, unless there's some objectives here, we know that Cheese at some point is going to have to work their way down. Looks like they're thinking this could be Fantoon.
Yeah.
Yeah, but unfortunately, we already know it's not.
It doesn't cost them much time. Now they know it's not Fantoon.
Yeah,
because it came in through bottom right.
But this could work in their favor. I don't know if we've seen Mother Brain yet. But if Mother Brain is somewhere below, if we have any objectives here, and we do not, we have some majors though.
Ridley and majors. So yeah, now there's kind of a tough call. Of I think there's 2 majors off to the right through Botsuni Tank Hall. It doesn't look like they're just ready to outright skip this zone. That's a very skippable item. However,
I think I revert that, but I guess it's important to Cheese.
I mean, it is a luxury item, so it can be kind of cool, but maybe they are willing to look for plasma. And supers certainly aren't a bad consolation prize, But if this doesn't turn out to be plasma, I wonder if they don't just double revert out of here. Oh, and what do you know? It's plasma.
Yeah, I think no matter what, you peak these. And we get a super as well, which is nice.
Potato. Okay, so I Am the Cheese is pretty much in go mode. They have both suits. They have the minimum amount of health required for Mother Brain. They actually kind of have everything.
They might just want maybe 1 or 2 more missile packs now. Just for as long as they can ice Zeb Skip, it's really no issue. It's just if they want to conserve more of their supers and not have to waste them on breaking the glass. But since we have full beam combo, it's really a non-issue.
Yeah. So at this point, I would say Cheese is has a pretty definitive lead. It seems like they're lacking some information. So Potato already has Fantoon down, right?
No, they did not fight Fantoon, I don't believe, because it was they checked the door that they thought it could be, but it was not Fantoon, and so basically it was the bottom half of West Ocean that you would have to drop down into, and I don't believe they ever went down there.
Because it was Fantoon and map at the bottom of West Ocean?
I think so, yes.
Okay. Well, then, yeah, I guess it is a little bit hard to gauge, from an information standpoint, who's in the lead, who has more of an advantage, because, while Cheese knows where bowling is potentially, they haven't found Fantoon.
Mm-hmm.
So they're going to have to come back here regardless.
Yeah, I'm not sure why we abandoned Fantoon, considering we have most of the movement items. The only thing I could think of is that maybe the way back from bottom of West Ocean back to the top was through maybe a lot of heat, and that was what was preventing them.
If they weren't confident they could come back, because like, yeah, they could get the map information, but you would then risk, having to revert a Fantoon.
Yep, and you definitely want to be able to keep that in this objective mode.
Yeah, I don't know. There's times where it can be worth it, but that's going to kind of just be a thing you have to assess on your own.
They're heading up to Criteria now. Or is this wrecked ship?
Cheese is in wreck. They're both in wreck ship right now.
Which we know is where Varia is, so Potato is likely to get Varia. I think it's in this room. It's either in this room directly left of them, or it's in the morph tunnel.
It's the wreck ship morph tunnel item, yeah.
Okay.
There it is. So as far as items go, I mean, Cheese is still ahead with Plasma, but from both racers having Varia is a nice gap closer there.
Yeah, looks like Potato is going to take that and just immediately turn around for, I'm assuming, GT and Fantoon. And especially so now that they probably noticed that Bowling
there's BT
there in wreck ship.
Let's see if they spot BT at double chamber. I hope they did.
Is it here in Bryn?
It's in wreck ship.
Oh, it's in wreck ship.
Yeah, so bailing out of wreck ship might be a bit of an unfortunate play. We'll see.
And I know I asked this already earlier, but
they might not have spotted it. It looks like they're leaving.
Yeah. Have we seen where Mother Brain is?
I think we did. I think Mother Brain's in
you're right here in Bryn Star.
Oh, it's in Bryn?
It's connected to Red Tower, looks like.
So I am definitely curious if that is a deliberate leave BT for later decision.
I didn't see where it was. It could be, since
it's in double chamber in wreck ship.
Well, since Bowling is in wreck ship, we will have to return there anyway.
Single chamber? Single chamber is the one with like the top door. It's like a long hallway with crumble blocks.
Yes.
And there's on the left, there's like 3 doors on the left that you go down for. Okay, so it's single chamber. It's tucked into this. It's like the third door on the left side of single chamber.
Gotcha. Do you know if it was like on the way to Bowling potentially?
Ooh, actually, I don't. But if Bowling is nearby, then that's a pretty solid reason to just say I'm going to come back for it. Yeah. Because you have to do Fantoon first.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Luke. Welcome in. Ridley did not seem to be blocking anything of importance, so that's good. Although at this point, both runners realistically have the means to bop Ridley. If I'm Potato, I'm a little less happy at the prospect of needing to kill Ridley, but okay, Charge Ice Phasers, the best beam combo, so that's very confidence dependent. If I had like 20 supers, I'd be like, sure, but anyways, this is all off topic. Ridley's not necessary. They will get to remain, be left in peace until the planet's ready to blow up, at least. Potato's going through this MB fight and could be pretty much tied. Maybe, although Potato is missing information that Cheese does have, right?
Somewhat. So
they probably haven't seen Bowling or BT.
Potato probably noticed Bowling as they passed through the toilet. However, They did not get the wrecked ship map nor the criteria map. However, we know there's nothing in criteria. And we know on Cheese's side, Cheese did get the wrecked ship map, and they probably know that BT is also in wrecked ship. However, Potato knows that GT and Fantoon are in Meridia, and Cheese does not. But Cheese is likely to come across that, as I'm sure they're headed towards Meridia map.
Yeah, Cheese is in the process of finding out. So, and I doubt they'll have any qualms about dropping down West Ocean. So, considering literally nothing can stop them. They have grapple, boat suits, all the juice.
Yep, they have everything but high jump.
They have microwave Fantoon, minute race. So it does look like Potato is going for Fantoon now.
Yep, I think that.
And we're going to see pretty close together Fantoon kills.
Yeah, it puts them. I don't necessarily want to say that they're ahead, because like Potato already has the info, so they know where to go, whereas Cheese still has to figure it out. But it's hard to say because Cheese has more equipment.
Yeah, with Plasma, like I do think Cheese has the advantage overall.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's like maybe like 2 minutes or something, possibly advantage, but that's to say like not an enormous advantage.
Yep, we'll see.
Just having Plasma.
How things line up.
My guess is exiting this fight, they're probably going to be exiting that fight at a similar time. As long as we see a clean microwave. Cheese.
And immediately after this fight, Cheese is going to get the info that Potato already has in terms of GT.
Yeah.
We still need to find Acid Chozo, though.
That is true. There's only so many zones left. Off the top of my head, I don't know which zone is most likely.
Cheese didn't quite get the microwave on the first round. Gets it on the second round. We're going to have pretty much synced up.
No, that was first round. It just they didn't hit Fantoon with a missile in the setup. But
no, that was their second round. I'm fairly positive. Their first round they hit with missiles and they kind of whiffed it and they caused him to disappear into start the second round.
Oh, I missed that, but still, as I predicted, they were exiting Fantoon right about the same time. That's a power plasma beam, baby. Well, the power of plasma charge and X-ray, at least.
Potato just about 5 seconds ahead. We see GT and nothing else. So Acid must be somewhere else. I don't know if there's I feel like Cheese has gotten all the maps, but maybe there's still a zone missing.
Yeah, there's some information missing, or we missed it. But yep, that's just GT. GT is on the menu.
And GT is also going to be a much faster fight for Cheese, I think. This full beam combo.
There it is, the magic spot.
That's a dead GT for Cheese.
All right, so if we're lucky, it seems like we will be seeing a game 3. My guess in it.
Yeah, definitely it looks like Cheese is in the lead at this point. I didn't take notice of the exact time Cheese killed GT, so I can't really say what the time difference is once Potato kills their GT. But if I had to guess, I would say Cheese is probably 2 minutes or so ahead.
Probably, yeah. I mean, I'd wager it's greater. We can just kind of look right now. Yeah. info. So I guess Acid Chozo is the only equalizing factor left potentially, assuming it's just thing that Cheese knows that we haven't picked up on yet.
Mhm. Potato also not going to pick up that reserve tank, leaving them with only 4 E-tanks, which is enough to face off with Mother Brain, but only leaves us with the insurance of 1 additional E-tank.
Yeah, we can kind of see Potato's just now walking into Big Pink and Cheese's baby room. So it looks like she's heading to Brinstar, so I wonder if Brinstar map is the only one that hasn't been gotten yet.
Possibly. Okay, according to words, Cheese
They've got
entered
40.
baby at 40 minutes.
It's a little bit interesting, maybe this is a bit whack observation, but we see some of the dichotomy of the wreck ship play, where last seed, Potato opted to skip wreck ship entirely, and it played out in their favor, 100%. In this seed, they kind of found one thing. They found Varia and immediately booked it out of wreck ship, whereas wreck ship did still have some useful information and plasma, really, which we're kind of seeing in real time just how much time difference plasma is making up or has made up over the course of this race.
Yep. So it looked like Potato entered baby at 41:30. So, yeah, about a minute and a half difference. But it's still worth pointing out, I think, that it's just Cheese having full beam combo certainly
And they
gives
also had
them an
Varia a
advantage.
lot earlier than Potato did. So
Mhm.
Potato took some unfortunate deaths trying to navigate some heat rooms earlier on. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, Acid Chozo is the one potential equalizing factor here. But if Cheese finds it, it seems like
Yeah.
they're both heading to Brinstar. So if they're
I
both
think
doing
we
the
already
same
have
thing,
Bryn map, though. At
Yeah.
least on Cheese side, it looks like we already have Bryn. So I don't think Acid is in Bryn.
then maybe the zone we haven't seen yet is just through Bryn.
Potentially. Potato, though, didn't get wrecked ship or criteria map. And that could also be a disadvantage for it. It looks like Torian is the
Torian,
location we haven't checked. But if Potato decides to go back up to wreck ship and, thinking we already know bowling is there, like, why not just get the objective out of the way, and then maybe we'll get more information, and maybe the rest of the objectives are there. Like, that could kind of lead them down a bad path potentially.
I think they have already kind of caught on to the fact that, like, they know where BT and bowling are, which they should. Then they know not to.
Potato never got wrecked ship map. They only know bowling is there.
Oh,
They
sorry,
don't know BT is there.
I'm talking from Cheese's perspective.
Yes. Well, yeah, on Cheese's side, since they already got those maps, wreck ship and criteria, they know for a fact that Acid has to be somewhere here in Torian.
Yeah,
But
so it definitely
Potato
could
does not
bite
have
them
that
if
knowledge.
they choose to go to, like, criteria. But it seems like they're both on their way to Torian. I think Torian is just to the right up here. Is it the right of Red Tower?
I can't say for certain.
I think it was in this direction. So in this case, it seems like the map skips on Potato sides won't punish them badly.
He's going to do a cheeky little left room check just in case. I think they're hoping to maybe blind into Acid Chozo there.
That's a strat I approve of, by the way. Funny enough, if I know, like, I enter a zone and the map's far away, I will just kind of, I'll just Okay, so was that? It was like in the upper right area.
Yeah, it was above them. Looks like you go up a tube room here, and there's a bit of a maze. There's a lot of rooms packed together. I couldn't quite route it, but yeah, it's definitely up there.
Somewhere like top right of Main Street or something like that. But okay, no. Potato's going to wreck ship.
Yep.
Yeah, so they'll find plasma, and they will find 2 objectives. But and to their credit, they will be able to do both of them.
They might be of the mindset though that they're going to just ignore all majors at this point and just go for objectives.
Yeah,
I don't know if they will find plasma.
Okay, they have the opportunity to find plasma if they go for map, right? But they're going to go for map, which is just going to kind of extend Cheese's lead here, because I don't think they're going to blind into BT in single chamber or anything like that. You never know, but
yeah, I didn't catch on Cheese's screen when they looked at wreck ship map where exactly BT was. If it could potentially be in a location that, like, as you're heading towards bowling, there's potential to blind into it, but I'm not certain. Nope, bowling is immediately to the right.
Single chamber is kind of to the okay. So I wonder if if bowling drops them off, because it was to the left of wreck ship shaft. That's where single chamber is. We'll just see, I guess. They'll probably do bowling, go for the map, and then spot BT and go do BT, and then like curse that Acid Chozo isn't also in that zone.
Yep. Then it's down to a 50-50 for them of whether or not they go to Criteria or Torian, and they'll likely go to Criteria since it's adjacent to wrecked ship.
Yeah. Business centers. I think they'd have to go left here to find single chamber. Is that business center?
Yes, that's business center. Looks like map is to our left, so
there's Acid Chozo for a cheese. So we're going to see them head to wreck ship, and then they're going to go ahead to Mud Brain.
Yeah, I'm doubtful that Potato is going to blind into BT, considering it's a right-facing door, and map is to their left, so they're probably just going to keep heading in that direction, but could happen.
3 chances left to get this this gate glitch, which is not in medium logic, by the way. But
yeah, I'm not sure why we went for that, since there was a door below us that also veered left.
Well, maybe a little bit of tunnel vision there, but who's to say?
Oh, here's single chamber.
Here it is. Looks like we're going through green pirate shaft on Cheese's side. Exiting Torian, heading back to wreck ship. So Bran into wreck ship.
Yep. I believe that is the route.
So probably once Potato gets the map, they'll probably revert and then go for BT. That's my my future foresight level prediction. Mind's eye, consulting the cards, reading the bones.
There it is.
There it is. Well, bam. All right, I'll be Venmoing everyone my fee here for that wonderful prediction. But okay, we're about to enter wreck ship on Jesus' side. BT's first on the menu. Looks like. Or actually, is it? I actually don't know. The layout is. Oh yeah, it's absolutely first on the menu. Use. But there goes BT for potato. And we probably get to it. Does BT go down to a single plasma shot?
Either a single shot or a single charge shot. I'm not sure. I think it's a single charge shot.
We'll have a data point we can log here. Yeah, one full beam shot. BT's not rated for that level of abuse.
Here's another interesting convergence is that it looks like Batuin is the only way to get out of single chamber from left to right. And, Cheese is going to probably microwave Batuin, which would be a much shorter fight.
Yeah, Batuin is one of those... with charge... charge and Spazer is like... It's a usable beam. It's not what you want, but... Charge, Phaser, Ice, but like... it is just so much easier to just do that. Batuin is a tricky little guy.
Just like that. And Cheese actually getting the kill before Potato.
Lots of power plasma, baby. Yeah, so right now it is absolutely Cheese's race to the pretty significant advantage.
Yep, this is their last objective, and we do know where Mother Brain is. So, certainly, Cheese has the lead, and as I called before, looks like Potato is going to head towards Criteria since it is adjacent to Wreck Ship, which, unfortunately, as we know, is no objectives there. Oh, my mistake. I thought they were going up, specifically the Criteria elevator there. But we'll see in a second here if they do or do not go up. Looks like they probably are.
Maybe they're just going for the save, Maybe they just want to pivot.
Yeah, maybe.
Pivot back to Criteria, going for Torian. That is kind of like a harder play to justify. Yeah, so here we kind of see like the value and kind of some of the risk associated with like running through zones without extracting all the info you can out of them.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like the Criteria map won't be too far away, though, as a kind of consolation for them.
Yep. It looked like for a second there they were evaluating if it was worth going for this or backing out and going to Torian.
Surprised they're going for any item, TBH.
That's true.
They saw Wave, I guess. Yeah, they saw Wave, and they're like, Wave is a nice kind of beam multiplier. I guess it's a tempting morsel in the path. Breadcrumb. Why am I thinking of that? I don't know. What's the like the fable? Hansel and Gretel, is that it?
Yeah, where they leave the breadcrumbs behind.
Yeah, I don't know. That's just what popped into my mind. But okay, yep, we see Mother Brain. Mother Brain is being approached with murderous intent right now by I Am the Cheese. Quaking in her apparatus there. Surely. And we found Ridley on Potato's side, but they're doubtful, unhappy. Well, yep. They're certainly unhappy to find Ridley. Looking for a loop around. As we know, Ridley is not actually guarding them. So
definitely get your guesses in now for the escape timer, as this is going to be a pretty short fight. Only 20 shots to kill, and I think we're already about 10 shots in. Ship was in Criteria, which
Criteria.
is above us, past wrecked ship.
69. Well, you didn't define your units there, buddy, so 69 hours. I don't know about that one. 5 seconds, minute 15. I think it's going to be something closer to 2 minutes, maybe like a...
I'll do a minute 30.
I'll say like a 2... Okay, 155. Boom, lock in. I don't actually know.
And Potato is met with the
Vibe
bad news.
Wow. Ooh, 3 minutes. Okay, I shouldn't have strayed from the path.
2:55. That's a pretty
Tenzo.
long timer.
Scarborough's the closest below, right? So Price is Right rolls. They got the... You will have won the metaphorical cookie. Please consume responsibly. And metaphorically. Is this playing? That's not plasma, right? This is spring ball.
So, yes.
Bada bing. Our revert in and out of there. It's definitely a double revert. Oh, have we not had music this whole time? Yo, hold on.
We were on Potato's audio. It was the problem. I just realized.
Okay, I guess it was quiet.
We're supposed to technically be on the whoever's in the lead's audio.
Whoa. It's not just other noises join the voices in my head. I just hear. Yeah. We're just joking, chat. I'm a normal, well-adjusted individual, as we all are. Okay, so what is... maybe this loop in Criteria is like kind of why... I'm surprised Potato didn't double revert back to Wreck Ship Shaft here. Maybe they just weren't confident on when their last save was, maybe.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
That said, it's not going to... it's not good. Wouldn't have saved them.
Yep. Unless Cheese makes some heavy blunders, or their power goes out, or have some memory loss. I don't think the outcome is going to change, unfortunately.
Rapid onset dementia, something like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Looks like none of that occurred, thank goodness. And so there we go, ladies, gentlemen, and everyone here. I Am the Cheese is the winner of the second race of their match with the race time, official race time, finishing time, a bit of extra words there, 58 minutes and 2 seconds.
Yep, get your GGs in chat for Cheese. We will be having a game 3, it looks like.
Yeah.
All right, and we are back with our match 3 between Potato and I Am the Cheese. The next objective here will be pirates, which means we will have mini crate pirates, metal pirates, pit room pirates, also known as old mother brain room, and plasma pirates as our objectives.
No fancy hat or eye patch required. Arr. Yar, yar, yar. Yeah, welcome back, everyone. Final match of the set. Be a real nail biter. We've seen a lot of good racing from both Potato and I Am the Cheese and their mentors. And we're getting right into it. Morph ball. Not going to make them go hunting for morph ball. That's nice. Wave. Wave, gate, room, both are runners doing pretty much the same thing. Well, we go down an elevator and we farm. Excuse me. It's our first noted divergence. No, messing around. Okay, Brinstar map does look like it's going to be behind that kind of wave gate side hopper room. Oh, what? You could put your hands down, you know. Well, we can, but we can resume waving next time we see that room. How about that? Don't touch these spikes. I don't know if they one hit you. I think they come close.
I think they do around 70 damage.
Yeah. So, you know, you'll get 1 D boost, and that's it. But, okay, that's high jump for both racers. So, again, pirate objective is allows you to think about it differently, I'll put it that way, than with normal boss objective. To where the most plasma pirates and metal pirates are probably the two ones you need to, like, be the most prepared for. With metal pirates, I would probably say being the hardest one, quote unquote, right?
It depends. Metal pirates, I think, requires a little bit less to do, because really you just need some supers and maybe a few E-tanks, or Varia, obviously. As plasma pirates, you kind of need something to be able to get out, as well as to kill the plasma pirates, whether that's screw, plasma, or potentially speed booster. That's a bit of a trickier strat, but it can be done. And speed booster can also get you out of there, but usually you want something like a high jump can get you out, bombs, space jump, etc.
Yeah, so metal pirates are going to be either like you want Varia, or you want just enough tanks to be able to do this, right? It's something like if your kind of practice level kind of has a big influence on how confident you are with metal pirates in particular. Yeah, because like Fudge said, speed, supers are going to be like your two main ways, or like plasma for metal pirates. So I guess in a way they have similar requirements.
Mm-hmm.
Doing metal pirates with speed is probably easier than doing plasma pirates with speed. That's like a much more advanced strat you need to have practiced, and probably shouldn't be learning in the middle of a race, which, you know, I might be a little bit guilty of having done once, but talk about that.
Yeah, metal pirates with speed just requires knowing a bit of how to set it up and where to spark, whereas doing plasma pirates with speed is a bit more leaned towards knowing how to short charge, and it's a bit of a more advanced short charge than your average short charge, I guess I would say.
Yeah, and the thing to note about plasma pirates with speed is that it's not. I'm pretty sure.
It's not what?
It's not in medium.
No, absolutely not.
I don't know if metal pirates with speed is, but it's probably closer to being logic. Plasma pirates with speed.
Mm-hmm.
That said, it gets much if you have an E-tank, because in my race when I did it, I had no suits, no tanks. Doing it out of logic speed to get like power bomb, and it took me like 3 attempts. Probably lost like 6 hits or something to it. So kind of yikes. But you know, it's just kind of all to say that it's just risk. What are you and your mentor kind of like were able to accept? But okay, so we have Spring Ball and an E-Tank on both sides, so it looks like we have even loadouts.
Yep, and it looks like Spring Ball points us towards GT at the top right here, which puts that major in logic on the left side. We also have Pit Pirates immediately left. As soon as we get some explosives, we can get there. Which this next major might even be bombs. I feel like it's probably. Oh, it's a grapple.
Grapple. Yeah. And there is a major waiting at the bottom of Big Pink for whomstever gets explosives. So pirates generally is going to be, I guess, geared towards the mother brain solution is really all you need to gear for. Especially considering like there's less heat. Like metal pirates are the only heat you need to deal with. And if you have like 10 supers and 2 or 3 tanks, you can probably do metal pirates. So Varia is less required, I would say, than it is for something like Chozo's we just saw. That said, you would want 6 E-tanks for Mother Brain if you're not getting Varia, but...
Looks like this down door will lead to Morph Ball Room, and to the right of that was another major, which I feel like is probably going to be our explosives. In other words, bombs, but I could be wrong.
It's like a E-tank there, so we won't get to see the other item. I'm not sure if it's denoted on the map. Speed booster,
actually.
Yeah.
That's,
if you know anything about me, you know I like to see a speed booster. That said, not sure how helpful it is in this situation.
I'm thinking they're going to have to go back to Bryn because I don't think there's anything left for them here.
Probably, yeah.
I could be wrong because it looks like Cheese is heading back to Big Pink for some reason.
Is that not the Bryn entrance, or how you get to Bryn? Because there's Bryn on the other side of GT, but
well, there's Bryn right here where Potato's headed. Right after, to the right of Croc Farm, is Bryn.
Oh, okay. So this is why.
Yeah, but I didn't see where this really led to anything important, unless I overlooked something. But
I guess we'll find out here. A minute. Yeah, I'm not sure myself. Or the tube. They have high jump. This is doable, yeah.
Yep, and spring. So maybe they're heading towards... I don't believe I saw any majors over here, so maybe they're heading towards an X, hoping for PBs.
Yeah, that'd be my guess.
I guess grapple also could kind of point you in this direction, but I'm just not sure what they saw was over here.
So something in the Spring Ball Maze.
Hadarubi.
What is it called? Yeah, exit out Hadarubi.
Yep, it is
sure enough. And getting that wave gate glitch off, even while getting side hoppered on, impressive.
So what Potato's doing right now is, well, no, they have spring. That puts it in logic. I was going to say it's not because getting back up through that morph hole right there would require some way to get your morph ball up there, but without bombs. But they do have spring, which makes it logical.
Is that gate glitch in logic? Super gate glitch?
Gate glitches are never in logic. Well, actually, that one in particular, I don't know. I don't think it is because I've been told that no gate glitches are in logic.
Yeah, I don't.
So
I know, like,
fair point.
Green and blue gate glitches, none of them are. They're in hard. They're not in medium. So yeah, they're already off the logical path. But I mean, they were able to get away with it. So that's the only. That's the main thing that matters. That said, they are still on the hunt for PBs or really anything.
Yeah, I'm thinking, geez, probably the PBs they got were the logical PBs expected of you to grab at this point.
Yeah, it's looking that way.
They could potentially head left towards ship, and there was a major over there, as well as a Norfair entrance. or they could clear out pit pirates and go up the wreck ship. I would say is their options at this point.
I think it's just a case of Potato and Chaos didn't sniff out the fact that Speed put that X in logic.
If they're taking another look at Meridia map, maybe they'll spot the X now. And it does look like Cheese is probably going to head towards ship, maybe pick up that major and then head down to Norfair. Or they're going to just check Norfair first, which I think is fair.
You probably don't like to see the Aqueduct right here.
Having speed, I think, is fine, as long as this is a dry room, which you are taking a little bit of a gamble, but if you know how to grapple Morph Jump...
Yeah. It is fortunate that the map is through the bottom left door, not through pit.
Yep, that's
a little bit less committal.
Very nice. We see Mini Crade objective.
Mini
Crade, missile.
Ridley, but we don't care about Ridley.
Major is in Mission Impossible. And that's about it.
Yeah, if I'm I am the cheese here. If I am the cheese here, I definitely want to get the Mini Crate out of here. Since Norfair holds kind of nothing else of importance beyond like this major, it's good to just scoop everything up and get out of there. Never to return.
Having screw attack makes this room a bit easier and nicer on your ammo.
X-ray on.
Fortunately, Potato's still having a bit of trouble, I think, spotting.
Yeah, figuring out
where their power bombs are. So Cheese having high jump, spring, and grapple is pretty much all the movement items you need to be able to traverse just about any water room within, I would say, medium logic.
Ice would be the only other thing.
With a few exceptions. Yeah, ice would help too. That's true.
Because ice gets you up fish tank from the bottom left door. Ice, spring ball, high jumps. That combination.
Yep. But it seems like they have everything they need to make this happen in order to get to Mini Crate.
Yeah, and they will need speed to get out if I saw correctly. Well, no, oh, never mind. They would have needed speed had they decided to drop down. That's what. Because Ridley is blocking the other way out.
Not quite getting the spring ball jump.
That'll probably do it. Yeah.
There we go. Okay, it looks like Potato is now on track to get their PBs.
Yeah, good. They did figure it out. Unfortunately, that does put them... What is that? 6 minutes behind? 7 minutes behind? Something like that?
I didn't take track of when Cheese grabbed their first PBs.
It is significant, though. So, kind of got an uphill battle here coming up. Cheese does have a pretty significant advantage from just having figured out the logic much right after they got Speed Booster. All right. Oh, it was a very wide Norfair. That's all the objectives, so now they can perform the scoot action. Get out of there. Okay. Go back. So Cheese leaving Norfair, and Potato. We'll see where Potato's going. I wonder if they will go north or also go down. I think in this situation, if I see a Norfair connection this early in the game, I'm probably leaning towards it, as long as there's nothing obviously stopping me. Just one of the things about this depth randomizer setting. Norfair is going to kind of be the bottom of the world, so and Criteria will also be the top, quote unquote. There's some nuance to it. I don't fully understand it, but the main idea is it's like it provides some structure to how the rando is laid out. I wouldn't say it's like a very large amount or super duper structure or anything like that, but it's just where okay, if you're closer to the top of the world, you probably want to check that top zone, or if you see Norfair, it's like, okay, it's the kind of the bottom of the world. It makes sense.
It gives insight into where you are relatively in terms of, I guess, altitude in the entire layout of the map.
Yeah, so generally, so it makes it so you're taking a much bigger risk if you decide to skip a Criteria or a Norfair. Because if you did need something there, you're potentially tracking across multiple zones to get there, and then across the same zones to get back.
It looks like Potato is actually going to pass by Norfair, if I'm not mistaken, and head towards the ship, which there are actually two majors. There's one behind Kraid, and then there's one bottom left of ship. So we'll probably see what those are, which Cheese did not pick those up. And then after that, I assume they will be heading back to check out Norfair.
Yeah, it looks like Cheese has been kind of spending a lot of time in Norfair. I don't know if that's extra time, but they just went and looped up through what's it called? Decora room?
Decora room, yeah. It looked like they were farming for a little bit of health because they were quite low after getting the top items in Aqueduct, and they need some more to get this spark back up to the top left door, which they either need to do that, or they need to do a grapple jump, or they need to snail climb
as well. Snail climbing is slow, but it'll get you.
With high jump, it's not so bad. It's really slow without high jump.
Yeah, it really is. Right. Optional Kraid, mayhaps? Mm-hmm.
Yep, Kraid is blocking a major here, so it's not necessary for objectives, but if we want...
Kraid's in the way, then it's gotta pay, I guess.
Yep. Yeah, with as much runway as Cheese has there, I think I would try to... it's not going to work out for them. I guess they can grapple across now.
They're figuring it out. You got a leap of faith. Just a little hop of faith. There we go. All right, so it was Wave and Spacer.
Yep.
By ship. Okay, so neither going to be giving Potato a significant advantage. I think I would say.
Yeah, pretty low chance, I think.
But I think there's also a solid chance that Cheese goes for them as they're exiting.
It looks like they are. Yeah.
So,
there's really no reason to head left here in X-ray hall.
Just high-fiving, I think, right?
Yep.
In the same room, going opposite direction.
Oh, and Cheese drops that grapple.
That one tile speedy jump saves the day, huh?
Yeah, so it definitely seems like Cheese has still somewhat of a lead here. I think just especially due to Potato not finding PBs for quite a while.
Okay, I think if I'm... Well, okay. A spacer revert, when it's your only beam, is like, I don't know, I think it's an easy revert, but maybe a little bit more nuanced than I'm giving it credit for.
With how close it is to your last save being ship here, I don't really see any reason to revert it.
It's really like 2 seconds, I guess.
So Potato just getting their map knowledge, finding out mini crate is here.
Okay, yeah, so we'll see Potato go for mini crate, and then we'll probably see Cheese go for another. They know what's up. That, as far as I'm aware, by the way, is not in logic. That kind of underwater spark like that, but it's not too hard to pull off as long as you have a runway from a dry room. And it's just a reserve and a missile as well, so there's no, like, you don't have to worry about if it was a major and you got it out of logic. And have to consider that.
Right, yeah, there's no progression. Looks like Potato might be debating whether or not they can actually get to mini crate, as in terms of the what medium difficulty expects of you, it, I would say, is not really in logic just yet. So maybe Potato's not totally comfortable with going for it.
Yeah, it is one of those things though where basically any random player in this situation will understand, like, if you can do it, you probably should, because it's an objective in an isolated zone.
Absolutely.
So it's just kind of a internal assessment needs to be made.
Looks like
it might be decided.
They might be getting convinced otherwise. Because I think the most difficult thing along that route was just the spring ball jump in West Ocean, or East Ocean, which I think is something you can kind of like walk somebody through on the fly as a mentor.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. High jump and spring ball do make it reasonably safe. It's very possible. It's very possible. If you just had space jump, then I think it's a lot harder. It's not in logic to do it, but I think if you're very tricky and careful, you can get like a space jump bounce without high jump. But I'm actually not even convinced.
I think it's not possible unless you have high jump. You need high jump and space to make that work.
It looks like they're probably interested in the refill here.
I don't know if a spring ball jump gets you up this though, even with high jump.
Apparently it does.
Looks like we might be trying for a double spring ball jump, but it looks like yeah, they get it.
I mean, if they can double spring wall jump, then there should be zero question about can they get up
Absolutely.
you know? Double spring wall jumping is like it's like what is it, an extreme or something like that?
Um, I think it's either very hard or expert tech.
I just know it's not in hard.
Hmm.
Okay, yeah, extreme. Maybe a bit too extreme. Where's Words at? Is Words in here? I'm sure Words knows.
So we get our Bryn map knowledge. We see some majors.
Words detected. Wow, what difficulties in double spring wall jumping? You know. Wasn't listening. Oh my gosh.
Very hard, according to words.
Alright, okay, yeah. Tracking. Yeah, and what difficulty is crumble fast falling all the way across New Bridge? What was that? Expert. Huh, yeah, actually. I can believe it. I've tried to do double spring wall jumps before. And I think I had one successful out of like 80 attempts. It's pretty ridiculous.
Yeah, it's not the easiest, but it's I was recently taught a bit of a trick to it that makes it significantly easier once you know how. Cheese grabbing bombs.
Bombs are a nice insurance policy to have when all you have is a single power bomb pack as your explosive.
Yep. So we got climb supers is a major, and green Bryn shaft also holds a major. Cheese picks up ice. Will be helpful for Mother Brain, I imagine. And Potato takes out Mini Crate.
All right. Yeah, Cheese still does have a pretty significant advantage just due to the fact that you've already been done past that and they're exploring and stuff in Brinstar. Alright, still haven't seen a Suit the Seed, which for medium difficulty of any kind of flavor, it is a little bit interesting, I suppose. But I definitely feel like Varia is a lot less common to be early in seeds, like in Metroids, Chozos. And ice if you're playing Metroids. It seems like if you're playing Metroids, you're not going to find ice. You're going to have to power bomb all those puppies and figure out how to survive while doing it. A bit hairy on that pancake. It killed Screw Attack, but I guess he was still out of the water enough for it to count. Yeah, I think unless we see some like significant divergence here, like kind of routes these racers are taking, it will be quite difficult for Potato to catch it. But Bryn is probably the next kind of logical, like next closest zone, I would think. Wouldn't surprise me at all to see that. Oh, you can do that with Spring Ball like that? Yo. Kind of crazy.
Yes, as long as you have high jump, I was told.
Huh. I was like, what's this guy doing? He's gonna get hit by the snail. Sure shows
I
me.
don't know why it doesn't need to wait for the snail there. When you have high jump, you can make the gap or make that door.
I was wondering why Potato wasn't like turning around to get the snail to stop, but Spring Ball's just more powerful than I could have possibly imagined, I suppose. Here's Metal Pirates. Halfway down already. Bada bing. I'm the cheese, so Torian Metal Pirate.
So Cheese is going to try to conserve a PB, but they do have regular bombs, so
they're just trying to be cool. I 100%. I understand and I agree. Go for the mock or a speedball. Send it.
We do have space jump, so I think looks like they're gonna try to get some speed here. Oh, kind of touches the ground.
Should we be on Cheese's audio?
Yeah, we should. I remember switching it to Cheese from last race, but I guess it reset after the match switch up to round 3.
The glorious sounds of space jumping and mock droids being annihilated by Screw Attack. Favorite soundtracks to fall asleep to. Oh, Potato seems to be struggling a bit. Sometimes spin jumping and wall jumping can be the hardest tech in the game. Don't I know? Oh no. Potato going down, so looks like they're gonna have to move back up through Aqueduct.
Yeah, it's an unfortunate save location.
Corner of Aqueduct. Cheese needs to be careful here as well. Probably make it, but...
Yeah, I don't know if I would have used my entire reserve there. They should be able to make it in time.
Yeah.
We're good.
Yeah, if I'm Potato right now, I do not feel very good. It's unfortunately...
Very fortunate for Cheese, we have a immediate farm room.
Yeah, don't try touching the Kagos, though. Got one pet in. That's what they're called, right? Kagos?
Yes.
Don't try it. These guys aren't an objective, are they?
No. The only objectives left now for Cheese is Pit Room and Plasma Pirates.
Okay, and we know Pit Room's in Meridia already, so...
Yep.
Probably just planning on getting it whenever they go back through Meridia.
Yeah, and we do have the equipment to take on Plasma Pirates because we have Screw, as well as Speed. But we don't have any suits, which is a bit concerning.
Yeah, I did note that. So
At the very least, Varia is the one that helps out with reducing the health requirement for Mother Brain.
yeah, for sure. So if they don't start to find suits, then if it's me, I'm looking for tanks because Cheese has 4 tanks. They both have 4 tanks or tank equivalents right now. Now that said, it's not a whole lot of margin unless you're going for like 8 tanks, because then you know, you can only take so much damage in the Mother Brain fight.
Oh, that's a death for Potato.
Oh,
Just as Words had pointed out, the snail hit will double hit on that reserve trigger and kill, unfortunately.
yeah, it's the thing about reserve tanks is they're a little bit trickier than they would kind of appear. Where there's plenty of situations where even if the health of like your health and the reserve tank health would be enough to survive a hit, you still run a risk of just dying anyways. Since this is how I understand it to be, at least, is you take the hit, the reserve tank kicks in, but then as soon as the reserve tank is done, you don't have your iframes anymore, so you tend to just get hit again. Yeah, it's interesting because I think like you can probably get 2 taps of a short charge in here, and I would think that would be enough. But like right there, it should have gone off if you execute the 2 tap.
Yes, that I would definitely go for that. It's just not
It's a familiarity
every
thing.
runner. Yes, it depends on what their how comfortable they are with short charging.
So they might be able to get. Nope, I was about to say the snail.
Yep.
The snail, not the snail. But they have the right idea, at least there.
So I believe Cheese just picked up Charge, which was a very important item for
Mother Brain. Yeah, considering
Brain,
they only
yeah.
have 1 super pack. Okay, that's not gonna. Well, it can do it because with grapple you can swing across like we saw Cheese do in this situation, but they might not be, and they might be overlooking that, or just might not be as familiar. Because admittedly, it's not a very common situation, I feel like. Because in medium, you're generally not engaging with rooms like these unless you have gravity. So Torian, I'm assuming Torian was an isolated zone then, if Cheese is routing back through Brinstar into Meridia.
I believe so, and I think the only objective that was there was Metal Pirates.
Yeah, so unfortunately, Potato has an extremely uphill battle in front of them. I would say it's absolutely Cheese's race to lose here. We find ourselves a nice GT, drop shipped in, and decided he didn't want any of that. All right, we're out of Norfair for Potato. We can farm these guys for a couple of power bombs and start looking forward. There's a pit room for cheese. Bada bing. Get up an E-tank on the way. So this will be all the health, the minimum amount of health they need, if they don't end up finding Varia. So it's just one objective left for cheese. So taking a good look at the Bryn map, considering how close to Torian Potato is, I'm not surprised if Potato decides to check Bryn Star. All these majors, if I'm in Potato's shoes here, I am probably thinking, like, wondering if it's worth it to go for any of them.
Yeah. Unfortunately,
I would probably feel very far behind.
yeah, we are still pretty light on majors, so it's like it's a pretty big gamble. Oh, there's Varia for cheese. So at this point, I would say cheese is 100% go mode.
Well, Sineth, it's no longer a suitless seat, so I formally request that you rescind your
There's our last two majors and
criticism
plasma
there.
cards.
Well, got him. No, but plasma pirates, you say?
Yep. We saw the last two majors here in pre-high jump, and then plasma, and then I think we know Mother Brain is in Bryn or Meridia. I think Meridia.
Plasma. Gravity. Yeah. Okay, see that there. That's a much more proper form of critique there. Yeah, no, it's pretty brutal. It's kind of like I guess it's like I was saying earlier, where these like basically non-boss objective seeds, the suits do tend to come pretty, or at least Varia in particular, seems to be a lot later on average. If you're playing Metroids, Ice on average also seems to be a lot later. But I guess it's a bit odd because Ice is like rarely required for doing stuff in medium logic. Like it can put stuff in logic, but it's usually like in concert with other items that Ice does anything. The main thing you'll care about Ice for is Zeb skip. So in like in boss seeds, that's really all you're looking. And yep, these pirates don't stand a chance. Ice actually slowing us down here, LMAO. Just be one pirate left. And sure enough, that's all objectives down for I Am the Cheese 34. There's bombs. Okay, yeah, it does look like Potato's trying to find something to help him out. And yeah, Cheese is in go mode, so it's kind of funny to be in go mode with only one single super pack, but hey, it is what it is.
Yep. And I believe Mother Brain is connected to Big Pink here.
They only have one super and one PB.
Yep.
There's a nice.
I will say, I guess probably get your guesses started, because we do have full beam combo. Again, this is going to be a pretty short Mother Brain fight. We are going to go for an ice Zeb skip, so we're going to get in here pretty fast. Assuming
I didn't see them save beforehand though, so
that is true. No, they did after Plasma Pirates. There was a save in Climb.
Okay, so they're just not saving in Big. I don't recall where the ship is yet again. So
Norfair. Oh no, it's in Meridia. It's left of the Norfair entrance though, so it's down and left.
Okay, so minute 10 we have a guess in. I'll guess a minute and a half. I don't really know any better.
I'll break even with minute 20.
We got a 115. All filled in. All the blanks. Well, now someone's got to guess 135. Someone has to guess 125, Our guesses will.
Oh, that's
yikes.
Took all the ketchup.
Yeah, those blood sugar levels spike.
Worth the damage.
The old pancreas couldn't keep up. Yeah, that's just how it is. A single, I don't even want to say careless moment, but one missed reaction, and you get sent back to last time you had your cellular makeup copied. If they had 20 more health, they would have been fine in theory. They got hit to 84, so just outside of. So they had 284 health, and you need 301. Very close. Hello, Raiders from SpeedGaming 2. Welcome in. Glad to have you. Right now, we are watching the third race in a set of matches. Super Metroid Map Randomizer Tournament, lower bracket. Our racers being Potato and iamthecheese234. Potato's mentor helping them through the race with logic and routing decisions is Chaos, and then Nito is helping I Am the Cheese. We're watching right now is we've got a Mother Brain fight on one screen, so the objective of this race was Pirates. So contrary to normal, if you're playing a Super Metroid, where you'd be expected to fight the four main bosses, Phantoon, Kraid, Ridley, and Dragon, which then allows you to fight Mother Brain. In this race, instead, the objectives are swapped with the four pirate rooms. Plasma Pirates, Metal Pirates, Kraid, the mini Kraid Pirates, and what's the fourth one?
Plasma.
Plasma, Metal, Kraid, and I'm blanking on the fourth one, but yeah,
it's Kraid, Metal, Pit Room, and Plasma.
Yeah, Pit Room Pirates. Yeah. So
So the timer was 1:40. So Scarbo
I was
55
close.
was correct.
Scarbo had was that the 2 races Scarbo got it? Sheesh. He was closest to the last one, but the full
I can't remember, but yeah, this one they definitely got it on the dot.
Impressive. Enjoy your metaphorical cookie. Metaphorically, of course, and responsibly.
And unfortunately, Potato finding all the good majors now. Just a bit too late.
A bit too late indeed. 2 for 3. Yeah, that the amount of time it took for Potato to find logical power bombs really was a key difference here, with the other being the struggling they had kind of getting out of Norfair. But yeah, so there we are, ladies, gentlemen, and everyone watching. So I Am the Cheese is the winner of this medium lower bracket tournament set with their official race time finish time of 51 minutes and 58 seconds.
I believe Cheese will be moving on in their bracket to go up against Leslie Pro 04.
Yeah, and given that this is a double elimination tournament, both racers were already in the lower bracket, so fortunately this means that this is Potato is now knocked out of the tournament. But still made it to top 12 and put on a very good show for us today. So speaking of them, here's Chaos and Potato.
Hello.
All right.
First off,
GG's.
Sure, in a minute here, we'll probably get Cheese and Nito in as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. What a race. What a set. Putting on a good show for us.
A lot of those seats were rough. Except the second one was terrible. That one was not fun.
It's stinky start. It's just, I mean, this guy doing the stupid, the underwater jump.
Yeah.
Or not the underwater jump, but like the crossroom. Whoops.
Invisible bridge.
Yep.
Yeah, at the start.
Over again.
I think it's kind of. Sorry.
I was wondering, like, was for the second seed, was most of our time lost just from the early game? Because I know a lot, like what
second seed. I think
I don't believe so.
It was due to when you went up into Wreck Ship, you grabbed Varia and then immediately noped out of there, and that kind of sold it for Cheese, because Cheese had already gone up there and grabbed Varia while you guys were checking out Meridia and getting like Fantoon knowledge and GT knowledge. So Cheese went up there, got Varia and got map, as well as got criteria map to find out there's nothing in criteria other than some majors. So then they had all that knowledge, went back
Plasma
down.
was in Wreck Ship. That Plasma ended up saving him a lot of time over the course of the seed. So
I see. I don't actually think that makes an extreme amount of difference just going simply to mmap. I think because I mean we had to immediately dip out, right? Because we have to kill Fantoon for bowling.
Well, no, you see, it made a big difference because they get, well, especially the Plasma made a big difference. But when you finish GT and Fantoon, your instinct is to go take out bowling because you saw that in Wrecked Ship. Whereas Cheese already knew.
I Am the Cheese and Nito joining. Welcome in. GG's.
Hey,
GG's.
So just real quick, as I was saying, Cheese already knew that Bowling and BT were in Wrecked Ship, and they knew nothing was in C, so they knew immediately to head to Torian. Whereas when you returned to Wrecked Ship, you were pretty much tempted to go check out C, and unfortunately, that just put you in two different positions where Cheese was just ahead.
Yeah.
This was in game 3.
That was
We
game
saw,
Game 2.
we
Game
saw Bowling going through the toilet. So then when we got Varya, we knew immediately that we were probably just going to have to head back. Because at that point, we already did all of Meridia, basically. So that was the big portion of the time loss. But once you get Varya, you definitely just have to go back immediately. Or else you are just going to end up having to waste time.
Well, Cheese
So-
and Nito ended up
Yeah.
going to wreck ship like a lot earlier than you guys did. Yeah, found Varya, Plasma. I think it's an interesting kind of observation being here, like how wreck ship kind of was a difference between the first two games.
Mhm.
Like in game 1, you guys kind of just I think you skipped wreck ship completely, and
Yeah.
wreck ship had like
Funny.
ice beam. I think was the only thing of note.
Ice and Wave,
in-
I think.
Yeah, which like Cheese and Nito decided not to keep, but
Yeah.
you guys skipped wreck ship entirely and ended up paying off.
So
Whereas
here's
the
the thing.
second time around, sorry.
We actually forgot about wreck ship, but then I realized something. That was the water map anyways. If we saw the water map there, I think we were just going to dip out.
It was a water map, yeah. Yeah, I was kind of... Sorry to interrupt.
Because we were keeping an eye out for that because I knew we hadn't seen the water map yet in Fantoon. And I thought the only one that was left was Norfair. So I was like, okay, let's just go back to Norfair. But then I realized that we skipped W, which I guess
It ended up
it's
working
definitely a
out.
mistake. But even if we went up there, it takes like not that long to get up there.
Yeah.
If we went up there and saw water map, I think I was going to tell Potato just dip out of there.
Yeah, it was very
Yeah, but-
fast to just clear that and make our way out. And
Yeah.
we decided we didn't want either major that was there.
Yeah, I was thinking
Yes.
your guys' only hope in the first seed was to go get and keep ice, because then you wouldn't need to go for the ammo. But it was, especially after the fact, it was like, it might not have mattered. It probably wouldn't have. Like,
Where was the
it would have
time loss
brought
for
it
them in the
closer.
first seed?
What was that?
I was wondering what the time loss was in the first seed outside of that.
Oh,
I think we got gravity probably much later. So when we got the Torian map, we didn't revert back for the major that was like down the Green Pirate Shaft and to the left through Shack Tool.
I
Shack
see,
Tool.
yeah,
we
we
didn't
got
do
that
Shack
early.
Tool. Yeah.
So we did all of B and cleared Crate and checked B before we got that major, and then made our way to W.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's pretty bad then.
Yeah, and then the second seed, the wreck ship, like being a little bit more thorough in wreck ship, did end up putting Cheese and Nito in a good spot.
What was the major in Morph? At Morph?
For
You
for
know.
which seed? I'm sorry.
For the second seed, there was a major by Morph. I was wondering what major. It either had to be like Plasma or High Jump. I don't know which one.
I think it was
I think
high
it was
jump.
high
It
jump.
was the only major Cheese
Yeah.
didn't get.
Okay,
Yeah, it was High
that
Jump.
makes sense. Then.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the seed was over when we went down to because when you get the map, you're pretty close to Meridia. So I was just like, let's just save there and go Meridia real quick and check it out. And it ended up being a really, really long way to the map, way more than you would wish it to be. And then also the map is GT locked anyways, and Fantoom's down there. It
So
would have been
that's-
really useful if you like come across Varya there randomly, and then you can just do it
Yeah.
all. But that's not.
Varya, Cheese was in, got Varya, and it's kind of the inverse of like, y'all probably got Gravity earlier in the first seed, while they got Varya earlier in the second seed. So like there were some unfortunate
Yeah.
deaths, if I remember correctly, from like just trying to navigate heated rooms, doing hell runs,
Mhm.
things of that
I just
nature.
wanted to prioritize a guaranteed dead end there, so that's why I did that there. And I think that had to have been the majority of the time loss, and then obviously early game for that was also pretty bad. So
Yeah, that was the one with the Swiss cheese at the beginning, or like.
yeah,
Yeah. We shambled a little bit.
I
Yeah,
think
we took
logic
it
was to
first.
go get the E tank first before you do that. I think maybe it expects you to lay down a bunch of power bombs. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think it wanted you to have, like, for getting that tank in the Firefly room, I think it wanted
Yeah.
space, and then you go grab that tank, and then you probably do Swiss cheese, but very inefficient routing, so we just tried it, and fortunately it took a death, so we had to start over.
Yeah.
I think we took 2 deaths.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. That was unfortunate.
yeah.
And then third seed, a
third
lot
seed was
happened in the
very
third
rough.
seed.
Yeah. Shoot.
So throughout all these games, Dea has been having some controller issues of it disconnecting constantly. And
Oh no.
Oh, is that what we were saying?
We went
Yeah.
down and did everything it was Norfair, right? Yeah, we did everything in Norfair. We had a little bit of struggles, especially like getting a refill and stuff in Aqueduct. And then we got back out. We went to go get B map, and on our way to the B map, where the gate where you do the gate glitch for the hoppers,
It
we,
disconnected the
it
war.
disconnected
Oh,
on the
man.
spikes,
Right
on
Okay,
top of
yeah.
the spikes.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
We were
And
wondering about that for sure.
yep, but it was just staying still there. Couldn't do anything about it. So that was really unfortunate. And then, didn't end up dying there. We got past that room, and I think we got hit in Swiss cheese. So
Yeah, one of those little fly guys got you.
That stinks. That's a bummer.
yeah.
Yeah, but that third seed, there's 2 kind of big time differences. The first one was it seemed like it took Potato and Chaos a lot longer to figure out logical power bombs.
That's on.
Yeah, but that was on
Yeah.
the coach that time. He
I
just completely missed
was
the speed
thinking.
I mean, to be fair, it wasn't necessarily straightforward, but
It's not,
well,
'cause
it was.
I thought everything
y'all
was
went to
PB
Bryn
locked.
Star.
I thought everything was PB locked in Bryn. I saw the 2 PB doors right by that area, and I was like, oh, you probably can't get over there. But I didn't realize that there was a way to get through there. So instead, we went back and we went through Botchuni tank. We went all the way through, nothing. We went up
Oh,
and
man.
did the
Yeah.
heated grapple tunnel. Nothing there except some supers. And then we had to come back down, and I finally found it. It was rough.
Because
Logical power bombs was Hanarubi. Am I remembering it correctly?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is what it seemed like because y'all got speed, and then you guys
You're
found
forced to get it. I don't think you
Frog
can go
Speedway.
anywhere else.
Yeah. Okay.
Because literally everything was PB locked. So you had a pretty small area to do anything in.
Yeah.
Also,
so
like
that-
that seat is so quick if you go W early.
Yeah,
So-
true.
the logical power bombs, and then the kind of struggles of getting out of Norfair that you guys had. That was another time differential.
Yeah. Sure. Right.
For Cheese Anita, did you? I'm guessing you did end first as well, and you got like maybe the majors at the ship area, or no?
We did, yeah. We held off on the ship majors until after N, and it just ended up being Wave and Spazer over there, so it wouldn't have really saved us any time going to get those first over N.
Yeah, we decided to do the ship majors first, just in case it was like important items
Yeah.
before we head
Yeah.
down there. But both.
I think if we-
ended up the same.
Yeah, I think if we had a save, we probably would have, after seeing those majors, just reverted back if we could have, but there just wasn't anything close near the end entrance, so we just had to walk that back.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, the
Wasn't it?
the
wasn't
save was the ship,
Aqueduct?
so it's like 2 rooms away.
Oh.
You know,
Yeah.
And
Well, there's the
actually,
one
her
left
whole
of-
hole is long.
Aqueduct, right before the recharge room.
For the what are you referring
In
to?
Norfair? The save there.
Well, I think there's like a save right there in Aqueduct, but
I guess if you go W early and you get both suits, obviously you're fine. But you might get baited by C. I don't know. It probably still is way faster to go W.
it's gotta be.
It's gotta be.
It's
yeah.
N is so slow.
Yeah.
It is,
We
but
had a-
like, I don't know how you find your way to W with the
Definitely
the-
not 100%.
logic
I
here,
know
like-
this.
You have to get baited by wanting to get pit room done super early for some reason, even though it's by Mother Brain. I just
Right.
don't see it.
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah, I think Vari was the first suit found at like 47 minutes for buying that seed. So yeah.
Yeah, by the time you two finished, we just got grabbing for you. The death that we had was really rough because we
Yeah.
got our say was all the way back down in Norfair when we died.
Yeah. You guys were having trouble
Yeah.
getting out of Aqueduct.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, like the ammo situation would have not been great either for that last seed. So I'm kind of glad that we routed in Charge over in Brintstar.
We were missing. That was the last major.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
That's
yeah,
okay.
bummer. Yeah.
But like the reason
Yeah.
why we skipped it was just because we knew we were behind, so anything to get to get a little bit of time would help.
No, that's totally fair. It's just at that point the majors we had left were Charge, Varia, Gravity, and Plasma. So it's like anything over there is great to get. So
Of
You know,
course.
far away, I think we got to put in the time for it.
Makes sense. It is really like I think overall, if you can implement some like hard tech and stuff, it's definitely a quick seed at the very least.
Yeah.
Yeah, that first seed was definitely had very, very fast potential. Because, when you start with Charge and you get Vari in 10 minutes, it's like, it was like a lightning round seed, basically.
That one was quick,
Mhm.
yeah.
No,
Nito
those
and
are the
Cheese
ones
were
I
not
like.
far behind.
Yeah, these two not in my play area. That's
Yeah.
rough time.
No, for sure. Yeah.
Well, during the downtime between them, I did learn the moat CWJ, so that's the big W here. for me, personally.
Nice.
Let's go.
I did it like 3 times. Okay, I was like, what? You got it?
Probably less than 5% doing that. So I'd have to have a really good reason to do that. But
It's just learning random tech. But yeah, that was
That's good.
GG's, good matches. Wish I could have
GGs.
made it a little bit closer.
Well, I had fun, and I hope everybody else had fun.
yeah, no, absolutely.
Yeah, Chaos was hyping me up. I was like, I've been playing again. I understand the depth at a crazy level now. My routing is crazy.
Every lot, so-
Every lot. It's fine. It's better.
All right, yeah, so just want to give a reminder to everyone out there watching. Give our racers a follow, give our mentors a follow. They're take a look at just put chat commands in Twitch to give you quick links to their channels. Yeah, so are we about ready to wrap up, or is there anything else we want to chat
And I
about?
was like, good luck, Cheese, on your future bracket runs. Win the whole thing so that I could be part of that run.
Right. Yeah.
Win the-
exactly.
We lost to the
Exactly.
winner.
Yeah. That's
Yeah, like I lost to the winner, dude.
good.
Of course, I lost to the winner.
Yep. The cheese fan base of 2 people just grew to 3. So I it's
I'll be part of it.
yeah, no, it sounds good. GG's absolutely. I'll hope to continue this run and go from there. But yeah, definitely some close matches in this one. Bummer about the controller. I feel
Yeah,
that's not fair.
It's fine.
Yeah.
I'm not too pressed.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't have much else.
all right, for sure. Any other comments from our mentors?
Just that I had a fun time like usual. It's always fun teaching, or at least, being able to route other players based on their skill level and kind of having to adjust to it. It's always fun for me.
Yeah, I've mentored Cheese. What is it, like 3 times now?
Think so. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's been good to get familiar with his playstyle as well, and trying to figure out how to route these seeds as efficiently as possible based on that playstyle and skill. And yeah, it's been a blast. I have a lot of fun with it. So GG's once again.
Shoutouts to Chaos, my first mentor when I didn't know any of the tricks at all. Completely
Nice.
nothing. Started from nothing.
Love it.
now we're here.
Yeah, GG's. Thanks. I say this every time, but I've been having so much fun. Thanks for everyone for putting it on. Mentors, organizers, comms,
Thanks for the
trackers.
staff. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Commentators.
Yeah, for sure. So, yeah, thank you to everyone. Fudge, you want to take us out?
Sure. Yeah, just where to start? So Cheese, just real quick, I guess since you will be moving on, you will be going up against Leslie Pro 04 in your next matchup. And so best of luck with that. Fortunately, Potato, this is the end of the road for you, but it seems like you had a good time, and hopefully you continue with your map Rando endeavors, and participate maybe in the community races and whatnot, and keep playing. This is an amazing game, amazing community. All that said, thanks runners putting on a good show. Thanks mentors for volunteering your time, and thank you for all the volunteers and staff that required to make this thing happen. That's about it. So I guess we will see you all next mission.
See you next
See
mission.
ya.
GG's.
Have a good one.
Yep.
Bye.
Bye.